Hi everyone, welcome to School of Scarlet. Today I have another intuitive message for you. As y'all know, I share a lot of messages based on the little creatures and things that I see. My dog is digging right here. My dog Blue, if y'all know him, he may start walking around a little bit here in the back. Oh, he laid down. He just dug himself a little hole. Anyhow, a lot of the messages and things that I share with you are based on the little creatures and things that I see and that kind of speak to me in an intuitive way. So one of the things that I was seeing a lot of today was squirrels. So if that's significant to you, I was seeing lots of squirrels this morning. I was driving back from dropping off my daughter from school, and as I was driving closer to my house, there's an electrical line there, and y'all know how squirrels kind of run across the electrical lines, almost like a tightrope, you know, how they run. And so I was seeing that, and as I was looking at this squirrel, you know, just run across this line, what came through was the word balance. So the message today is going to be all around balance. So what this squirrel is signifying to us is to maintain balance. A squirrel is able to walk straight across that electrical line with ease because it has balance. It's grounded. It's present in this moment. It has no fear. So it's already used to that and it knows what it's doing. It's balanced. It's not off kilter. It's not, you know, scared, or, you know, it's not spooked. Let's say that the squirrel was scared or spooked or unbalanced in some way, maybe sick, or, you know, something was wrong. That squirrel would have a harder time walking across that electrical line. It may fall. It may just, you know, kind of almost fall off a little bit. It may just be a little unbalanced in it. But when the squirrel is balanced and it's in its, you know, natural state where it feels well and it's, you know, not fearful of anything, it goes through that electrical line. It just runs past that electrical line on it, just like a tightrope, like with no problem at all. And it's quite amazing, right? Because the electrical line is also carrying a current. The electrical line has electricity running through it, right? So the electricity running through that is signifying things in our life that it can be currents in our life, can be unexpected things that happen. So let's say like relationships, things within our work, things within our family, our pets, ourselves, our health. So things can come up and they could really kind of shock us, right? Kind of like electricity. And so that current is always kind of going in our lives somewhere or another. But when we're balanced, we can handle these things a lot better. But when we're not balanced, it really throws us off, just like it would a squirrel on that line. So that's what was coming through as far as the squirrel. The other thing that was coming through was I was actually going to film this video at my usual spot in the backyard. If you've been watching my channel for a while, I usually film in front of, it looks like a swampy pond, and it's on the very, very far back of my property. So I usually, you know, film back there. But if y'all had been watching any of my other videos, I have recently seen this big, huge cottonmouth snake, and it was like really thick and it was all coiled up, you know, about the size like this. And I wasn't expecting to see this snake. You know, I had never seen a snake on my property ever before. And even though everybody had warned me, my own family had seen snakes, people that have lived around here and stuff, they've seen snakes. I was so trusting of, you know, that nothing could hurt me, that I would never really look for these snakes. I would walk, you know, constantly throughout the yard, doing all kinds of things, exercising with no fear at all that there would be any snakes. But on this particular day, there was this huge cottonmouth, and I almost nearly stepped on it. I was just inches away from stepping on it. I didn't even know what I was seeing when I saw it. When I looked down, I was just so shocked. I didn't know what was going on. It almost looked like a flower because it had its mouth all the way open. And so I looked at it and I was instantly scared with fear. And this fear kind of lingered with me for a few days, and I thought maybe it had passed today. But as I was going to go film that video, the fear came back up that that snake would be there, or that there would be a snake somewhere. So what that was signifying to me was fear, and also a message about balance. So what the snake and the whole scenario that happened is now giving me a little bit more clarity to share it with you. So what's coming through is to be observant. The word observant was kind of the word that was coming through. So we have balance and observant. So being observant of those things around us, we can't be too trusting because everything is ever changing. We have to be aware of our surroundings. We have to be safe. We have to look and be slower in our movements. So we're called to kind of slow down, to be observant, to make sure that the boundaries that need to be in place are still being in place, that those are being upheld, that we are walking this world cautiously in a way, not in fear, but where we're taking care of ourselves, where we're actually being present and looking around and not just, rushing through everything or being overly trusting of situations, because otherwise we can get hurt, just as if I had stepped on the snake. If I had stepped on the snake, I could have nearly died. If not died, I could have probably died. So we have to be observant of those things, because there is that underlying current, just like there is in an electrical line, that often shocks us, that often comes up. And just like that snake shocked me, anything in life can come up out of nowhere. It could be any kind of health scare, suddenly some issues in the relationship, suddenly we get fired or there's some problem at work. These things come up on the daily basis for different reasons, and just because a lot of times they're meant for us to look at them. But it's time to slow down and really look at every situation really with total clarity, with slowness, with observancy, so that we're prepared for, let's say something does come up that shocks us. We'll be better prepared and we'll know more about that situation, as to opposed to not really ever being observant and then suddenly something happened and we be totally thrown off kilter and we fall off that electrical line. So we're really being called today to bring balance back into our life and to bring observancy to our life, to pay attention to our lives, to take care of ourselves, to maintain a good grounded balance so that we don't fall off that electrical line, so that we don't step on that snake. So I hope that this message found you well. If it resonated with you today, give me a thumbs up, a heart, comment down below. I would love to hear all your comments. And if you are new here, I hope that you'll come back. I hope that you'll subscribe. It's an easy and free way to support my channel. Share this message with others so that it may resonate with others as well. Thank you so much. I love you all, and I will catch you on our next message.